In the sky, on the water, and on land, the fight against the Al-Shabaab militant group in Somalia is one that has come with heavy prices to pay. Families have been displaced, people have been injured, and some have unfortunately died. With its troops in the country for a peacekeeping mission, Uganda has had its share of the mayhem. The memories of 2010, July 11th twin attacks in Kampala remain fresh.
Actually, the one who detonated the Rugogo bomb was my neighbor. The bomb was next to my wall for a whole week before it was deployed in Rugogo. This individual had even proposed to the terrorists to hit me because I was the EPDF spokesman. The Somalis who were leading the operation said, we want a bigger number. Now, we are partly to blame as Ugandans. Because this young man was my neighbor, changed the character when the villagers were seeing in Najanankumbi. Because they revealed after he had been arrested that actually they saw him changing habits.
The reasoning by Al-Shabaab was that UPDF, a mother force to Uganda's troops in Somalia, was not welcome. This, the UPDF spokesperson refutes.
First of all, that was a lame excuse. 1998, we were not in Somalia, were we? Tanzania and Kenya were not in Somalia, but they hit them. So that was a lame excuse. Two, indeed, they wanted us out of Somalia so they can keep growing because we had stopped their freedom of action where their base was.
Other than scaring Uganda, the attack instead re-energized the country. This explains why the troops are still there.
I may wish to remind your viewers that before UPDF captured Mogadishu, piracy was a problem on the Indian Ocean. Today it's no longer an issue. It's instead in the Red Sea. Why? And our philosophy was that the solution against piracy on the Indian Ocean laid on land in Mogadishu, because that was the safe haven for the pirates. So criminality enjoys freedom where there is no state authority. That was the whole intention of having. They thought by hitting us here, we indeed will run back. But we said now that you have done it, we are coming for you.
The country may not have been caught unaware, but efforts to foil similar occurrences have been successful. And this is how it has been done.
So I'm very sure they regretted what they did, because they invited us. Because originally, our deployment in Somalia was a supportive mission for the Somali transitional federal government to take a foothold in Mogadishu, and then the political process would begin. Unfortunately, these fellows were controlling Bakari Market, they were controlling the city, they were controlling the airport. We had only managed to get a foothold at the airport. So when they hit us here, it was evident we needed to deny them that freedom of action, and succeeded.
African Union Mission to Somalia, AMISOM, has since transited to ATMIS, with the process of withdrawing troops ongoing. Uganda, which is part of the peace mission, is worried of Somalia losing the gains attained.
The drawdown should have been based on situation, not timelines. But the catch-22 is that you have a mission financed by outsiders, the European Union. And so the financiers have their own issues in Europe. The Ukraine war and the financial challenges individual countries, individual member states of the EU are facing. And so they think they should save on expenditure by stopping this expenditure in Somalia.
For now, The fight against terror continues in Uganda, with the focus not just confined to Al-Shabaab, but others, including ADF.
We are at the forefront, we are on the front line, if I may use that word, because we are in a region that you cannot afford to put your hands under your head and sleep. And so it's critical that we remain as vigilant as ever. We remain with constant coordination and collaboration with our partners in the region and internationally, because terrorism is still around in the continent.
Terrorism remains an international security threat, which only joint efforts can counter. Henry Okrut, UBC.